I'm a little nervous being here right now, but I'm happy.
Satisfied or nervous?
Satisfied.
Yeah.
Well, last night I woke up at 3 o'clock in a conversation with you. And what I'd like is for your help to get just over that little bump. I know I'm so close to my goal. And it's...
What is your goal?
Well, right now it's buying a boat. And
satisfaction. It's not the boat, it's satisfaction.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You think the boat's the path to satisfaction. Might be, but you got to find other paths to satisfaction before the boat, and then the boat will just come to enhance the satisfaction that you found. If you need the boat for the satisfaction, it doesn't work. But if satisfaction is present and then the boat embellishes the satisfaction, now you're cooking.
I've been getting better and better and better and better. Ready and ready and ready and ready.
Yeah. Why do you want the boat? What is it about it?
Being free, having fun.
Do you feel free?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm getting better at it too.
Because if you feel free, then the boat will just come to demonstrate that. But if you need the boat for freedom, it can't come.
Actually, I don't need the boat.
You don't need the boat, you just want the boat.
Yeah.
You just want the boat because it enhances things that feel good to you.
Okay.
Ooh, feel how good that feels?
Yeah.
We have some questions for you, and then we want to hear you. When we talk about this receptive mode,
Yes.
and we talk about being under the influence of your inner being, and in every waking moment, you're under the influence of something. Are you under the influence of your inner being? Or are you under the influence of some problem you're worried about? So let's put this into a poignant conversation for you. Are you under the influence of desire or need? You just told us you don't need the boat. So you're under the influence of desire. You just want to feel the freshness of being under the influence of desire, because when you're under the influence of desire rather than need, then the absence doesn't bother you. If you're under the influence of I really need something and it's not happening, then it's hard to stay satisfied. But when you really know that you're under the influence of desire, and that you don't need it for stability, and you don't need it for satisfaction, you don't need it for anything, you just want it because it represents the satisfaction that is the basis of who you are. Oh, now it flows in so easily once you're there, and right now you are. If you try to consider how it will come, then that introduces dissatisfaction. So don't do that, because the universe is not asking you ever, hear this, ever to justify the means with which you are going to get something. All the universe asks for is your non-resistant desire. Non-resistant desire will bring you anything and everything. So think about the boat, satisfied. Think about being on the boat, satisfied. Think about boating on the boat, satisfied. Think about eating on the boat, sleeping on the boat, playing on the boat, inviting people on the boat, satisfied, satisfied, satisfied. Think about paying for the boat.
That's where I get caught up.
But what we want you to understand is that that's not a valid reason. That's just an old belief that is in the way, because you don't have to figure that out. The universe has already gathered all the cooperative components. All you have to be is so satisfied that you allow it to flow, but you got to get your level up to your level so that it can flow. And worrying about the money keeps you at a place where it can't flow in easily. Does that make sense to you?
So once again, I understand the getting in alignment, staying in the satisfaction. And I just want that little tap on the back.
What we want for you, we want satisfaction to be enough, and then the boat to come, rather than the boat to come which makes you feel satisfied.
Well, no, like I said before, the boat's not, it's not that's going to make me satisfied.
All right, so convince us of that. Make us know you mean that. Because so far, we're pretty sure that
I did put a lot of intention on having the boat would bring me satisfaction.
Is the boat going to prove something to somebody? It's going to prove something to you or something to someone else. It will. It really is proof of alignment.
That's exactly.
This is a breakthrough key for everybody. Do you want this boat to prove your alignment to someone else whom you're trying to seek mutuality with? Or do you want this boat to confirm to you your alignment with your source, leaving everybody else out of the equation?
Second one.
Well, then you're done. If you really mean that, and we're not suggesting that you don't. Because most people, even as much as you've heard here today, and as much as you've resonated with it, you still want to prove to others your alignment. Because for most, it's a comparative world. And the comparative world really helps you in step one, because all this stuff that's going on makes you hone and clarify and identify your desires. But once you get this, that this is about you and you, and that your inner being knows about that boat, has already made arrangements for that boat, has already lined up that boat, has arranged everything that you need about getting that boat, that it's all the cooperative components are in place. And the only little piece, just like you asked, the little piece that needs to click into place is that you want to feel satisfaction, for your own feeling of satisfaction, your own clicking into place with your own inner being, not because one other person on the planet will then praise you for your deliberate creative ability. Because a lot of people want to create to show off. It used to be, look how smart I am. Now it's, look how spiritual I am. I'm in alignment with source energy, and I'm creating things that you aren't. This is no reflection on you. It's what mass consciousness is doing a lot of. I can't make a mistake because I'm a deliberate creator, and I wouldn't want anybody to think that I don't hold myself in pure positive energy at all times. No one does. No one ever does. You didn't come to hold yourself in pure positive energy at all times. You came for some step one too, because without step one, there is no expansion. So step one is contrast causes you to ask. Step two is source answers, cooperative components gathered. Step three is you're satisfied. You're in that receptive mode. Step four is you're really good at it. You own it. You've isolated it. You prefer it. You like it. You're good at it. You do it often or mostly. Step five is you step back into step one, and you're not one bit mad at yourself. You step back into step one, and you're just like your inner being, who wants you sometimes to be in step one, who understands the value of you being in step one, who appreciates and praises you for being in step one. But you're smart enough not to make a career of step one, but you're not mad at yourself for stepping into step one. So you're not trying to hypocritically, and that word isn't pointed at you either, to hypocritically pretend that I'm always in the state of alignment. You're not. But you know the difference. You've identified the difference, and you know which way to lean. So now you're in control. Sometimes you like adventure. Sometimes you like a wild ride. Sometimes you want a more peaceful ride. Sometimes you want contentment. Sometimes you want ecstasy. Sometimes you want contentment, satisfaction. Sometimes you want passion and love and appreciation and clarity. Sometimes you want contentment. Sometimes you want enough contrast to launch something into being. Sometimes you really want to know what you do not want, because you really want to know what you do want. So all of it is valuable. That's why you came. If you'd remained with your inner being, you would never have a step one moment. And if no one ever had a step one moment, there would be no expansion of this universe. So you want to make peace with the less than satisfied, but you want to lean toward the more satisfied. And boats and other things that you care about will flow into your experience in complete reflection. Perfect reflection of what you got going on. This is how your inner being sees you. This is what we see. This is who we know you to be. Yeah, you want to demonstrate a boat because boats are way fun. But what you want to demonstrate for the world, the benefit that you want to offer as an uplifter to the world, is how good you feel when you're in the state of satisfaction and allowing your alignment. That's the gift that you give. That's what you want to reflect outward. And sure, boats and all of that stuff is representation of that. But did we help you put that one little piece in place?
Yeah. I'm working on it and
But here it is. We're going to speak it again. That piece is, I want this satisfaction because satisfaction feels good. Not, I want this satisfaction because it will get me stuff that will represent my alignment, which will benefit other people. Did you hear the distinction? I want satisfaction because satisfaction feels good and it's natural. Because satisfied is where my inner being is. Stay with us. I want satisfaction because I want to love myself like my inner being loves me. I want satisfaction because I want to love others like my inner being loves others. I want satisfaction because nothing less than that will do. That's why I want the satisfaction. Oh, and boats come too. That brings everything that life has helped me to identify that I want. All that comes. That comes because it's natural for it to come. It may sound screwy to you. We would really like you to hear this. You don't want to set goals. You already did that. Life caused you to put goals in your vortex. And your inner resources have gathered everything up and done all the heavy lifting. So now, if you want to call it a goal, and it might be an intention, an objective, one goal and one goal only: satisfaction. Feel good. That was a satisfying meal. That was such a satisfying conversation. This is such a satisfying conversation. That was such a satisfying memory. This is such a satisfying moment in time. And a satisfying moment is one that you share with your inner being, which you always do, but you get to feel how your inner being feels while you're sharing it. That's what satisfaction is. It's seeing this moment, feeling this moment through the eyes of Source. Really, really good conversation. Yeah.